Battlefield 1
is the best Battlefield, right next to Battlefield 4 and 3.
You have got to be kidding me! If I could get a hold of you, you son of a bitch, I'd bash your fucking...
Its visuals, its gunplay, its atmosphere,
Start digging in your butt, twin.
its game design, everything is still unmatched nearly 9 years later. But before this video continues, I need to show my proof of ownership, my proof of being an OG. Here's a tweet from my old Twitter account from the release of the game, complaining about the servers not working.
Play Battlefield 1.
Since Battlefield 1, there have been 2 Battlefield games, 1 Halo game, and about 8 new Call of Duties. And not a single one of them has held a candle to Battlefield 1. How can that be? Many could point to its lack of immersion breaking skins, its incredible gameplay, or its remarkable use of a very niche setting, that being World War I. I for one believe it to be something completely else. When I think of Battlefield 1, my first thought isn't necessarily the maps, or the guns, or anything related to how it actually plays. No, the thing I think of first is the presentation. The speeches at the start of every operation.
Wir stehen Seite an Seite und kämpfen.
The sheer brutality with which the game's incredible voice acting convinces you that you are currently being crushed by a tank. And anyone playing this game with headphones for longer than 2 hours will come out a different man. I can't tell if DICE decided to just send a guy with a mic out into a field and started bombarding him. I can't think of any other game, besides maybe Escape from Tarkov, that gives me actual anxiety and confusion while playing. I'm not joking, I'm only 22 years old. This game just activates a primal instinct in my monkey brain, forcing open my avatar state and connecting me to my ancestors who are currently killing each other. Regardless of how my ancestors feel about me playing a game which shows their probably worst day.
I will never understand you. He's got a personality of a damn rock and a chin like a nutsack.
Alright, nigga, you ain't gone. Keep dissing my nigga Squidward.
The multiplayer in Battlefield 1 introduced Operations, a breakthrough-based game mode where you play a series of 2 or 3 maps which are linked together by an overarching narrative, set in real battles of World War I. In an operation, one team has to capture every sector of a given map, while the others have to defend these sectors, and depending on who wins, the story of the operation changes accordingly, creating some interesting alternate history paths. The attackers need to take every objective point to clear one sector. To do this, they are given a limited number of respawns, while the defenders have to deplete the attackers' respawn tickets. In total, the attackers get 3 battalions. If all 3 are wiped, it's over. Let's talk some DLC. In total, Battlefield 1 had 4 DLCs, those being They Shall Not Pass, focusing on France, In the Name of the Tsar, focusing on Russia, Turning Tides, focusing on naval combat, and Apocalypse, focusing on the apocalypse that are the battlefields laid in the war. And also I vividly remember that before Apocalypse came out, there was a rumor going around that there would be a zombie mode. And I was disappointed when it didn't arrive. Now, this rumor spread cause there's a door, and I think it was Fort War, where there's like screaming going around. But if you actually look at it, it's just like an isolation chamber, so it was probably just a guy going mad. So looking back on these DLCs fills me with a twinge of sadness. It's odd, back then we used to pay money for new maps and guns, and now we just kinda get them every other month, and that's worse somehow. This might not be a popular opinion, and it's definitely pretty consume-brained, but I would rather have my 4 DLC packs and premium than battle passes and cosmetics and content lifesaver slot, you know? So, in my very based personal opinion, They Shall Not Pass is my favorite DLC. Guns. Guns are what makes the gun game If you were to game with game that has no good gun, why game? Why game gun if gun no fun? Battlefield 1 has a surprising amount of variety in its guns, considering the conflict we're currently in. Critique the historical questionability, but man, the Hellregal is so cool. There's so many guns. Like, there's so many guns in this game, but one of the things I love most about this game is the sniping. Man, the Martini Henry on the PlayStation 4 was a lethal combo, man. I don't know how I used to do it, but I used to hit the craziest shots on PS4, bro. Like, I think I got like 10 server starts back on PlayStation. That was insane. The Martini Henry is so iconic. There's a German YouTuber that made a song about it, and it's not very good. Now, the sweet spot mechanic is divisive, to say the least, but I don't care. That shit is fun as hell. Popping someone in a single shot, satisfying as hell. What I'm trying to say is that gun good, game good, go play. What else we have? Vehicles. I don't care about vehicles, dude. I'm sorry. I never cared for vehicles in Battlefield games. I just didn't care for them. They insist upon themselves. All right, let's talk decline. Actually, let's talk about what comes after 1. If you said utter disappointment, you were correct. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I did not care for Battlefield 5 when it released, since I was pretty big on the Siege train. But that was a lie. I did care for Battlefield 5, and I bought it, and I played it on release, and I did not like it. I just want to make that clear. And I also just want to make clear that I don't hate it for, I don't know, historical inaccuracy or being woke. It just wasn't straight up, it just wasn't fun. It wasn't fun at all. And I stand by it. Battlefield 5 is not what it could have been. It could have been so much better. So what comes after 5? The greatest disappointment of my recent years. Let me set a timeline for my midlife crisis. When Battlefield 2042 got announced, I was excited. Unreasonably so. I was ecstatic. Finally, Battlefield 4 is back on the menu. And then the beta rolled around, and let me tell ya, when I played the beta, I had my first real job after going to trade school for many years. So I stayed home to play it. By the second match, I quit the game because I was bored. It was like a creeping sense of dread slowly making its way around my cranium. No, it couldn't be. I'm sure it's just because it's a beta. I'm sure the final game will be just fine, and it wasn't fine. It wasn't just because it was a beta. When the game released a month later, I was so disappointed. I don't even have a joke, I just refunded the game after like the third match. It was like, this shit sucks, dude. God damn. 2042 was a disaster, I don't think I need to tell you that. With Battlefield 6 on the horizon and the alpha footage not looking too bad, I would like to end this video with a point of hope, a high note if you will, for the future of this series. But I've been here before, man, I have been here before.